Hey guys, welcome back to the Real Deal podcast of the new school year. I am your new host, Austin, and I will pretty much be hosting all of these podcasts for the rest of the semester, year, who knows. So here joining me here is Carter. Pretty much what we're all going to be talking about today is pretty much the first few weeks of school, recapping on how we've learned and stuff. I'm a senior now, and Carter's a freshman, so I'll pretty much be talking about what his first few weeks of college is like comparing to what it was like in high school for him. And so, Carter, what's your major and what's your minor, if you have one?
I'm a media production major. I don't have a minor. I just thought it's like a pretty broad majors. I could get a lot of experience in different fields from it. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You get a lot of experience and seeing like what you can work with a lot of different activities and stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and start, discussing the first few weeks of school, because whenever I was in college, it felt like freedom. It felt like I escaped another world that I lived through for like all these years in like school and stuff. So I wanted to hear your view on what your first few weeks of college was like comparing to what you went through in high school. Talk about that.
the main difference that I noticed right away was the amount of sleep I was getting was higher.
Was it?
Yeah, and I do like that. I like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, especially, I don't have to wake up until like 9.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nice. And it all really just does feel like a lot more of my own pace, which I've been liking that.
Yeah, like the whole pacing, like going at your own like flow is what's really nice about college and stuff, especially when you're like picking out all these schedules for your classes and meeting a bunch of new friends and getting the opportunity to try out these new things is like really fun to do. So I agree with you, like especially since I got here during COVID, lots of online classes. It was boring. Like literally all of that year I had to stay in my dorm. And if you guys are watching this, you guys would agree with me too if you guys dealt with the COVID years of school. But pretty much just a lot of hybrid classes that everyone slept through, and honestly it was like an easy pass, but also at the same time I couldn't go out and do all these fun things that were more immersive along with my field. So I had to wait until like at least my second semester of sophomore year and junior year to start all these things, which is when I joined Real Deal junior year. So it was like a really hard adjustment because I don't have enough, production experience. So it's pretty much.
Yeah, I think COVID set every one of us back, at least in some aspect, for a pretty long while.
Yeah, I think so to an extent. Like motivation-wise, like everybody just become so insanely lazy, like physically and mentally. Like it just impacted their lives for the worse.
Yeah.
Like to me, I go back on what would it be like if this whole thing never happened? Would I still go to Ball State and stuff? Like, what things would have been different with school and life and all that stuff? Meeting new people, which impacted a lot of people in certain ways. So, Carter, I think I may have already asked you like how specifically was it different from high school to this? Like what was the most convenient thing that you've been through in college these past few weeks?
I think the main thing is just, again, my own sort of pace, and also like just a lot more freedom in general. Yeah, I can do a lot more things here on campus. Like I can just go out and do things whenever I want.
That's good.
And responsible things.
Responsible things? Like what kind of responsible things are we talking about here?
Like just going out to eat, or like coming here even. That's really what I've been doing so far.
Yeah. Sorry, voice crack. Both of our voice cracks here. Like I agree with you. Like getting into college for me, like responsibility-wise, it's like I'm actually finally working. I didn't really have a lot of jobs in high school, but I'm doing a lot of these things that I finally love doing, even though if it's minimum wage, if it's like all these hours I'm getting. It's like I'm gaining these experiences even if it's paid, and it's like grocery paycheck, and it's like
Yeah.
all these things I get to take away from school and all these like awesome instructors on what I can do with my future with it, which is like, you know, I think a majority of everybody to take an advice like freshman year is like, I want to do this specific thing that I've always wanted to do when I want to major in media in college. It's like, well, if you try out these things and try out something new, it's like, wow, I might actually get into this side of production or this side of media instead of like what I originally wanted to get into when I got to college. So you'll probably definitely experience a lot of that as you move forward, and it's not a bad thing at all. You get to try all these new things.
Yeah.
So I guess we could just go ahead and jump up. So what kind of potential careers as of right now are you looking for to do? Because you get to look back at this episode and be like, wow, what I'm doing now since I graduated college is a lot different maybe than what I imagined. Maybe I'm doing the same thing I want to do, you know? So like, what's something you want to work on?
My like dream job is to write about music or just be involved in the industry some way with whatever skills that I can learn with this major, or I mean maybe if I switch it up in the future, I'm not sure, but like I just had that segment on the first episode of the show, and I'm really glad that I'm able to sort of have an outlet for my interest in
Yeah.
that way.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
That's good. So like, in terms of like music, what kind of like music are you wanting to get into for like any type of content creation? It's a lot of options. I get it.
I, I don't know about like content creation, more so like, I mean, it could be content creation, I guess, but to answer the question, I want to cover everything. You know, I'm into pretty much all types of music, and I know people say that a lot, but like, for me, like, I love to explore every corner of what music has to offer.
Yeah.
And I want to share what I find, like, in what the best of the best is. I want to share that with people.
Yeah, for sure. What this feels like an interview, like whole session instead of a podcast. But I mean, lots of questions, the better.
It is more like an interview if it's like, you know, two people. But.
Yeah, because like if especially with a two-person podcast, it's like I want to get to more know of you, like you wanting to get more no, excuse me, it's been a long day, get to know more of me in a way, and like I want to see like what kind of future endeavors that you thought in mind of and what you kind of want to work around with, because like eventually when you're like seeing this, you'll have all these wonderful opportunities with a lot of great people who are here to help you out.
Yeah.
It's like the best way for me to say it, but so what kind of like music do you like listening to, if you like listening to music?
I think my absolute favorites are most kinds of hip hop and the more like experimental or like abstract kind of stuff. From
Yeah.
Any genre.
That's good.
I love hearing just something new. Always is
I like that.
what I appreciate.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I've been listening to a lot of new like hip hop artists like Tyler the Creator. I don't know if that counts, but I've been also listening back to old music I've always listened to whenever I had CDs of Ben Folds music.
Yeah.
Because I went back to listening to Way to Normal, like the deluxe edition that I've kept, and it was actually signed by Ben Folds too, which was
Wow.
crazy. So like, I think my dad visited him in concert years ago, and I was finally getting in touch with like his record stuff, and it was like so cool. But like music is just a variety of all these things that represent your personality too, which is something that changes in college big time, because it's like you're going out listening to all these musics that people recommend you, and you actually start listening to them, and it's like, yeah, like.
And I mean, I think in college people change a bit. You know, like it's a pretty big transitional point for a lot of people in their lives. So I think
Personality-wise, I agree.
yeah, like I think the music people listen to reflects that a lot.
I agree with you on that. It's like a stereotype of like today's generation. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. Like today's generation on how music is portrayed, on what we like to listen to, and how we view it as well in the media, because like we'll be taking a lot of classes in media about music, because that's what it revolves around, is how music is portrayed in media law, and like how it impacts other people for who they want to be. Like when I got into college, this is going to be great for you to hear. I never listened to Taylor Swift. I knew who she was,
Yeah.
but someone influenced me to listen to Taylor Swift, and I went to her concert, and it was good. Liked her songwriting and stuff, and her history behind it, because all of her songs represented her real life and what she went through. I won't get into too much Taylor Swift. I want Kat to talk about a lot of her, but
Yeah, we could have Kat on, and we can make it a Taylor Swift podcast.
yeah, for sure, we'll definitely do that. Faux show. Hey. um, so let's move on to pretty much, I don't know, mentality. The thing with college, like for me at least, what I've experienced was just I guess a combination of laziness with school and what you want to do, because I feel like as you start working more and being more involved into whatever you want to do, like experience wise for me, you start to become more lazy with school. It's like some people are probably just like different like that, and that's totally cool, but for me it's like I'm kind of introverted with that stuff. Like I don't touch school. Like it's something that I have to do, so I do it last minute, because procrastinating is the thing that we're going to get into. To me, procrastinating is just kind of like a building block for me to get things done faster, and I do pretty well with it, because I just have this time crunch. Like tonight, I have a video capstone project that's like a minute long that I did. I'm not even done with it yet, and it's due in 6 hours. So I got a good chunk of it done, but it's like
Yeah.
doing piece by piece of it. I can't work for a long period of time.
Yeah, I had a group project a week or two ago. I'm already losing track of time. I don't even know if it was, what week it was, but
Yeah.
yeah, we all were working on it in a computer lab until about like 10:30.
Yeah.
The day before it was due. So yeah, we're already getting those kind of college experiences.
For sure.
Everyone kind of has that probably.
Yeah. Like adding on to that, I was about to burp. Okay. Oh, there it is. Safety. Going back to all these experiences and stuff. Again, here I am rambling because run out of things to talk about, which is funny.
I thought you said you had questions written down.
I pretty much answered them all, but it's in terms of like experience stuff. You know, going back to music, right? I took a class where we mixed a bunch of music together. It was like actually Gateway Audio, and we did a lot of assignments where we mixed a bunch of music together. And it was a lot of fun to do, but audio wasn't really my thing. But once I tried out like Pro Tools and stuff, which is not bad, I started to kind of do it for fun every now and then. If I want to mix some like music I hate and stuff, I don't know, just make it sound more artistically pleasing.
Sean just waved.
So, let's see. So, like, what are your goals? For me, asking you this, what are your goals, like, after college? Like, what are some things that you want to cross off your bucket list in school that you really want to do in your life? Like, it can be, like, anything, trips and stuff, like, anything.
So you're not talking just like school related?
It could be anything, like your college years. I mean, it's kind of school related, but like general
okay.
stuff that you want to cross off your bucket list.
Yeah, I don't really know yet, and I know that's kind of an underwhelming answer, but like, I don't know. I'm like you said, I'm pretty introverted and like reserved. So
Yeah.
I don't. I'm just now getting used to going out and doing things with people. So I'm not really sure about what options there are yet, or what I want to do even.
Yeah. this is a great start of the option right here because that's where you get to show everybody, even yourself, like what you like and what you want to get out of it too, you know? So that's what's really fun about it. Like I'm still trying to get in the hang of like releasing my shell and figure out things that I want to talk about like a few times for this, trying to break my shell and stuff. So, you know, great opportunity. I love being behind camera. I was about to say I have great knowledge, probably not as much, but it's like a learning curve, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
anything else you want to add, or you have anything?
I guess fill in time. I mean, I could ask you questions. What's your major?
Oh, come back to me. All right, cool. Great, more conversation. All right. I'm video production, and for you guys to know too, along with Carter. Video production with minor in media promotion and management. I just confirmed that minor last semester, and I was supposed to graduate like a year early because of credits and stuff in high school, but I decided to just finish off my 4 years by doing that, and I don't really have a job and stuff lined out because I'm still kind of figuring out what kind of field I want to get into with production and stuff. And with like minoring, it's like I've always wanted to get into the marketing aspect of media and stuff, or just any type of marketing in general. Is something I've wanted to. Excuse me, my voice just cracked. Name that the title of the episode.
Was that one on purpose?
No, that was an accident. Cat knows. I've always done that all the time. But so it feels weird that I'm already a senior because I never look back on stuff before because I'm worrying about a bunch of other things now. But looking back, it's like I've come a far way with experience, getting to know new mentors, friends, and stuff, and some highs and lows on whatever I'm going through. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a nice thing to go through. I'm just kind of saying everything all over and over again because I've run out of questions to ask, so I'm just kind of improvising this since it's the first episode. But, yeah, so Sean is distracting me. Sean's a great person. Let's see. So what's your favorite food?
That's a great question. I think, honestly, I ask myself that question a lot, and
Let me reiterate this. Favorite dining hall food, school related. Go. What's your favorite dining hall food that you've been craving a lot recently? Your go-to place.
My go-to place has honestly been Chick-fil-A. I think like most other people, but right now I'm just really thinking about those McKinley Grill fries a lot.
Oh, those are good.
They have great fries.
Have you had their beer battered fries yet?
Yeah, those are what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are the only ones they have. Those are pretty good. I like Chick-fil-A, but they used to have Chick-fil-A breakfast here, and now it's gone. But I can go ahead and say the question and stuff. I used to like Jamba Juice. If you guys remember Jamba Juice, that used to be in the atrium, over where the external seats are.
Yeah.
That was my favorite place for breakfast and stuff because their peanut butter protein shakes are good and stuff. But Taco Bell in the student center. If you've been in there yet,
I haven't.
Pretty
I've
good.
Only walked to the student center once for that poster sale that they had.
Oh yeah. I think I've been to those a few times. Actually, I got a Napoleon Dynamite poster.
No, that's
I hung that up above my bed.
I would hang up with Napoleon Dynamite poster.
For sure, you're gonna fish your tots. Great movie. I think next week we'll talk about movies and stuff and what we've all been watching.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Spoilers. I don't know yet. But let's see. I think in terms of, I think we're just kidding, guys. I think we're about to wrap this up here. I hope you guys enjoy this first episode with Carter. And for me as your new host, I just want to say, awkwardly, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And I will see you guys next week.